Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to discuss about insulin signaling and glucose uptake and the role of nitric oxide in in helping us preventing type 2 diabetes and maintaining our glycemic response, right? So we over the last few years we have seen a lot of these solutions. Having CGM tracking your blood sugar level, blood glucose levels, or maybe adopting metformins, or various nutritionists offering fat diets, high protein diets, low carb diets, just to manage your blood sugar level or suppress those or manage those symptoms, right? But in reality is if we are pre-diabetic today or we have uh, high glucose levels as tracked by the continuous glucose monitoring machines, right? We started developing diabetes 2 decades back, right? And I have discussed this a number of occasions that the first instance of onset and progression of type 2 diabetes is the insulin spike and then the glucose spikes and the HbA1c spikes, right? So suppressing HbA1c level through fat diets or through some other supplements is not equal to reversal of diabetes. We have to understand the mechanics, how insulin spike occurs, right? It is important to understand this insulin signaling cascade, right? So nitric oxide is one of those beneficial molecules produced by our body every 5 seconds, and it phases out. So essentially, our body has to continuously produce this gas. And again, there are two pathways which produces nitric oxide. One is through endothelial cell nitric oxide synthase, which is again coupled with endothelial cells. And endothelial cells, is lining every single blood vessel, right? So this is generally done through L-arginine. When L-arginine combines with oxygen, produces L-citrulline and nitric oxide. Again, L-arginine, it doesn't mean you have to take a lot of L-arginine through supplement, but L-arginine is semi-essential amino acid is produced inside the body via urea cycle, right? So essentially, if you take more of a high L-arginine, it actually activates other enzyme called L-arginase, and it leads to nitric oxide deficiency. Probably it is used to produce superoxide, which causes oxidative stress, right? So, and the other pathway is the most important one, the oral microbiome. So the microbes in the mouth, convert nitrate in various foods such as green vegetables, spinach, arugula, beetroot, a lot of these things into nitrite. This nitrate mixes with stomach acid, and it produces nitric oxide, right? So again, nitric oxide is the signaling molecule. It helps in regulating blood flow. It helps in oxygen and nutrient delivery, right? It facilitates cellular communication, such as insulin signaling, a lot of these things, right? So how does it comes into regulating insulin signaling, right? So whenever we're consuming a meal which has some sort of glucose or sugar, right? Oral microbiome predigests the foods and inform, pancreas about something sweet coming on the way, and the pancreas starts releasing insulin, right? This insulin binds to insulin receptors mostly on adipose cells, muscle cells and liver cells, right? From here, the cellular communication starts, right, where it activates, uh, EMP, kinase, which actually, which leads to a terminal process of insulin signaling where it sends a signal uh, to nitric oxide synthase to activate GLUT4. Again, GLUT4 is one of the protein found in every cell. It is actually plays a key role in regulating your glucose level, right? So if nitric oxide synthase is coupled with endothelial cell, right? It produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide gives a signal to GLUT4. It activates GLUT4. GLUT4 goes to the cell membranes, binds glucose, and removes it from the circulation and puts it and brings it back into the cells, and that's how it is used for various processes, used as energy to do a lot of things with, on a daily basis, right? So if your nitric oxide is nitric synthase is dysfunctional or it is not producing nitric oxide, it could be due to systemic inflammation, right? Or a lot of inflammation caused by a gut microbiome, a lot of these, metabolites such as TME LPS, or these things. So it impacts your, it leads to uncoupling of ENOS with endothelial cells, so your body doesn't produce nitric oxide, right? And again, the glucose, the high level of glucose in the circulation, and this gives a signal. This leads to hyperglycemia. It gives a signal to pancreas to release more insulin, and leads to hyperinsulinemia, hyperglycemia, and it starts. It's starting from type 2 diabetes, right? And again, here, the role of endothelial cell to produce nitric oxide is really, really important. But as we age, our ability uh, its ability to produce nitric oxide goes down, right? So essentially, the second part of the oral microbiome becomes more and more important, right? So there's certain microbes in the mouth which triggers production of nitric oxide through nitrate conversion, right? So therefore, it is essential to take care of your oral health, and that's why people who have gum disease or periodontal disease have a high risk of type 2 diabetes and vice versa, right? So essentially, tracking or measuring your nitric oxide levels is really, really important, right, at a molecular level, right? So we generally do is when we sequence your oral microbiome, we could actually tell you the production, what is your quantify and measure the production of nitric oxide, so we can tell you whether it is low or high, and provide nutrition interventions to actually uh, regulate the nitric oxide production, right? So this is really, really important. Some of the symptoms which may indicate you have nitric oxide deficiency is starting point is a erectile dysfunction. Again, the erectile dysfunction is linked to the blood flow, and nitric oxide regulates your blood flow, right? Second is high blood pressure. Again, nitric oxide is a vasodilator; it regulates your blood pressure levels, and that's why people who take a lot of mouthwashes or fluoride in their toothpaste have a high risk of high blood pressure, right? Third thing is excess performance, right? So if you have very heavy breath after doing workout, or you can't walk for more than 20 minutes, and these are the indication that you have low nitric oxide levels, right? So essentially, rather than just tracking your blood sugar levels through CGM or suppressing through fat diet, through low carb or high protein diet, right? You should actually understand whether your microbiome or microbiome is producing enough nitric oxide, whether your gut microbiome is doing the inflammation or not, which may disrupt your nitric oxide production, right? It is important to understand the insulin signaling, which is the key here, right? How the role of nitric oxide in insulin signaling and glucose uptake, right? So do not fall for these fad interventions. Just understand your biology, decode your biology, right? If you really want to sign up for your oral microbiome solution, right, we're the only one in Asia actually working on decoding the oral microbiome functions at a molecular level, right? You could reach out to us, right? So we sequence your microbiome will convert your molecular oral biology into 36 pathways, and then we also use them to predict the onset and progression of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, a lot of these diseases, and provide right set of nutrition interventions which could actually help you regulate your biology and fix your nitric oxide issue. That's it for today. Have a great day. Thank you very much.